Hey guys, what's up? We all want to progress faster. The question is how? What I want to talk about today is 6 points that really helped me click things and boost my progression tremendously. Let's check it out. If you're feeling this video and want me to do more of this kind of stuff, please, the best way to support is by liking, maybe leaving a comment, or even sharing this video with a friend. And there's also a Patreon page with a ton of information. Thank you. 1. Placebo, nocebo. So placebo is when you take a medicine and it's actually sugar, but it still works because you believe in that. Nocebo is exactly the opposite. Maybe the news is a good example for nocebo effect because we're about 7 billion people, but all we hear in the news is just catastrophes. And that is not reality. In that sense, the news has a very bad effect on people, making them feel bad, making them feel scared, making them feel very worried at all times. But that is not reality. When we're working on music, the last thing we want is to have a nocebo effect on ourselves. So basically the dark thoughts and all these I can't really makes things much harder and sometimes eliminates us from what we can achieve. My advice with that is try to let yourself go with all these dark thoughts. Take a deep breath, think positively. And I know this is hard because I worked on a lot of guitar and I had a lot of dark thoughts about my playing and a lot of these things. I totally understand that. And I think it's hard, but I think what helped me was really when I'm practicing, not think about anything but the music, which brings us to point number 2. The Game of Tennis. This is one of my favorite books. It's a really awesome book that talks about tennis. The game of tennis, quite literally. Now, one of the points of the book is that when you're doing the action, you cannot actually judge it. Well, you can, but it's not the best idea. So when I'm playing a note, and I'm just judging this and saying, oh, this is the most disgusting C note that would ever being played. This is just garbage, you know. But then again, when I'm doing that, I'm actually